Well, I wrote this morning about the rise that we have seen from the Reform Party, and I know many of you are currently intending to vote Reform. Do go over to heaver.news to get my newsletter delivered to your inbox and to read today's article. As for the Labour Party, well, we have seen big poll leads for the party. They basically try to avoid the Brexit issue as best they can. They know how unpopular a rejoin EU agenda is, despite some in Labour, of course, still pushing a rejoin agenda. We even have the spectacle of Labour trying to appear to talk tough on immigration. I'll leave it up to you if you think that is credible at all coming from the Labour Party. However, what is a fact is that you have seen an increase in support for Labour from Leavers compared to the last election. Now, where you look at Brexiteer voting intention, for instance, in the latest YouGov polling, you can see a split there between the Conservatives, Labour and Reform. How sturdy is this Labour lead? Well, I certainly think the prospect of a majority Labour government is still fairly unlikely. I think it'd be much more likely that it would be Starmer propped up in Downing Street by the likes of the Lib Dems. What's interesting to see how this is shifted recently, how quickly these polls can shift, because Savanta have just recorded their lowest Labour lead since September. So when you look at this Westminster voting intention from Savanta Comrades, you see Labour down 5 here, and the Conservatives actually up 5. A 10-point change there over a fairly short period of time. And whether this is an outlier or perhaps a trend that we see of the Labour lead falling, of that lead narrowing, we'll have to wait and see, of course. But this is being highlighted by the political research director at Savanta, Chris Hopkins, who said Labour's lead in the polls have been exacerbated by higher than usual proportions of 2019 Conservatives being undecided. He says in this poll, just 10% of those who voted Conservative in 2019 are undecided compared to 15% last week. And of course, a major factor will be how many Conservative voters switch to Reform as well. But interesting to note that perhaps that Labour lead, not as solid as it may seem. I will keep bringing you all the very latest on this and more, guys. So please do wrap this video a quick thumbs up. Do let me know if any of those poll numbers surprise you or not. And of course, as ever, cheers for watching.